Really proud to introduce to you Vittorio Gallese.
You can find a fighter.
Good morning, buongiorno, benvenuti. Queste saranno le uniche parole che pronuncerò in italiano.
These will be the only words that we'll pronounce in Italian, since we have many guests coming from abroad. The rest of my speech will be done in English.
Being here, I thank Alessandro for his invitation, a real privilege dealing about this very exciting, very interesting, and very complex topics within a panel of giants. The people who you will listen to during these 3 days really made this field, so I'm really grateful to share their knowledge, their wisdom, and I will try to offer my small contribution to shed more light on the relationship between emotion, emotion regulation, emotion recognition, and in the second part of my talk, trauma and neglect in a particularly unfortunate corner of the world, which is Sierra Leone. But just to connect to the great talk given by Alan Shore before me, I would like to start instilling, which is typical for the people doing my kind of work, asking questions to the brain and body. What do we really mean when we use these words to deal with emotions, and particularly to deal with emotions like love? And I like to do it not with my words, but with the word of one of my favorite writers, the author of one of the greatest novels of last century. I'll tell you later on who he is and what the title of the novel is. Guess. Is love an emotion? This question may at first glance seem nonsensical, since it appears so certain that the entire nature of love is a process of feeling. But the correct answer is the more surprising, for emotion is really the least part of love. Looked at merely as emotion, love is hardly as intense and overwhelming, and in any event, not as strongly marked as a toothache. The second equally odd note ran: a man may love his dog and his wife. A child may love a dog more dearly than a man his wife. One person loves his profession, another politics. Mostly, we seem to love general conditions. I mean, if we don't happen to hate them, their inscrutable way of working in concert, which I might call their horse stall feeling, we are contentedly at home in our life the way a horse is in its stall. But what does it mean to bring all these things that are so disparate together under the same word, love? End of quote. This is taken from chapter 50 from the posthumous papers that followed the published version of the novel. The novel is The Man Without Quality by the Austrian writer Robert Musil, and is typically Austrian irony, perhaps you notice, transpired between those lines. So for people like me, who wants to investigate the neurobiological side of emotion, the first obstacle is just the fact that in order to recognize, describe, identify, communicate about emotion and feelings, we use words. And language, as always, in spite of being such a powerful tool in order to make communication possible, kind of exerts a sort of oversimplifying take on the things is supposed to describe. So our experience of life, of our existence, of our being connected to other, far exceeds the words that supposedly we might employ to describe that experience. So anyone who wants to talk about emotion in modernity should start with this guy, with Charles Darwin. This is a quote from his real blockbuster, when he was still alive, The Expression of the Emotions in Men and Animals. And not coincidentally, he focuses on the face. Facial expression are a crucial component of human emotional and social behavior, and are believed to represent innate and automatic behavior.